this is the Gekito Strike. Very versatile jig. Very good to use when the currents are fast, whether it be from shore or on a boat. And we are pairing it with a chase jigger medium 6/0, and then our cord is the marine cord white with a metal cord, 180-pound from Nature Boys. So, or well, the supplies from Nature Boys, at least that much I know. All right, so we will be doing a rig that necessitates a load-bearing split ring. So when you use this rig, this is just one variation of how to rig it, of course, but when you use this rig, make sure that your split ring is strong enough. It's load-bearing, okay? So we will first start by doing the solid rings. It's easy. Again, this is a 6/0. And we are just doing the loop here. Okay, there you go. There is a merit to doing this before everything else, of course. Makes it kind of easier. Some people find this easy, some people don't. It really depends on your style, but I could do either. Pretty comfortable with either method. I just have to show you guys a few variations so that you will have choice on which one you prefer. So we want this knot to be as secure as possible. We're pulling each leg here. Now, if they're not equal, that's fine. We're doing offsets anyway, so I'm gonna put this in, because remember, this jig is also kind of on the short side. So what we want is to have the connections slim, and we are going to be, again, we're tying offsets for this. Okay, that's one. That's something that you should actually keep in mind. Offsetting is a very good way to just basically cover more area on the jig. And what that does is give you the security that if the fish short strikes either side, you know, could be that the fish is short striking and hitting it closer to the head, and sometimes it hits closer to the tail, you know, or a little bit just behind the eye, printed on the jig. You'll have a hook there, and it's as simple as that. It's basically just two hooks covering different areas instead of just having one area covered by two hooks. So kind of important. All right, so, and it doesn't mean to say that it's more superior than the other. It's just sometimes there are situations wherein you would like the variation. Okay, so now I'm gonna be doing that. So this is going to be a very quick method. Okay, I am binding. Then cut the excess. So okay, we will really cinch this down right here. Make sure everything is covered. Now that in itself is already pretty strong, and basically what we've done here is really bind it down. And this particular braid has fuzzies in it, so all you have to do is just boom, and then done. Okay, now pay close attention to this. This is actually, as you can see there, facing out. So the next hook that you put in should also face out, and when you're tying, you can see that you actually have a bit of control there. Okay, so now for this one, you need to tape it because kind of short, it won't reach. So just for safety's sake, let's tape it. Now remember, hook point out. So what we're doing here is actually just folding it so that you won't kind of forget. All right, so cover the point there. It doesn't offer you a lot of protection, but this tape actually at least helps you position it. Okay, so put it there. Okay. So again, just cinch that down tight as possible. Okay, close it. After this, of course, we'll super glue it, but for this particular one, we're actually gonna shrink wrap it. Okay, so again, fuzzies, there we go, done. Now we take this off. There we go. Very easy. It's just really a safety precaution. That's A. And B, when you're doing that, you're dealing with a shorter length without things hanging out, so you can tie it as normal and not have to fiddle around, you know, like going up and down and stuff like that. So okay, so now we have two hooks that are basically pointing out. Now if they don't, because this is somehow twisted, all you have to do is just twist it up a bit. Okay, now we just get these, then try just set them. All right, so there we go, they're pointing out. Now I'll need to get some shrink tape or shrink tube. As you can see here, my shrink tube is actually quite small. Okay, it is that for a reason, and you will just need a little bit of this. Just straightening out the edges. Okay, now I know for a fact that this is not going to fit this, so I will take my trusty pliers, just open them up and stretch this so that I can fit this thing in without issues. And as you can see there, fits, and I just cover that right there. Let's go ahead and do the other. So you just have to do it once. Okay, there we go. A little bit stretch. Put it there. There we go. And make sure to cover the wrappings actually. Okay, now we're gonna use a blue flame lighter because it does not, I repeat, it does not have soot. Okay, so see there. Be very careful when you're doing this, especially at the edges. So that compresses really well, as you can see, and it's pretty freaking clean. Do the same for here. You had to be very fast just so it doesn't burn. Alright, there we go. So you can see that is pretty clean and it's pretty tight, rather than actually getting something that's the right size, and then what happens is that it actually becomes loose, you know. But this one's pretty tight. It's nice. Alright, now just twisting this a bit so that it won't become unruly. We have okay, so we have this right here, and as you can see, the hooks will just sit just at the back of the eyes. And this is good when you are actually fishing in areas where there's a lot of cross currents. The hooks are short, hook lengths are short, that way doesn't really give you that much tangles on your leaders. You have one short one, you have one that's a bit long, just so. And the good thing with this is that it still covers, well, it still actually lets you snag the face of the fish, not just the mouth, because of how it's built. Okay, so very good hook configuration right there. And you have to put a swivel on top here or a split ring to use this. And again, this is load bearing. Most fast jigs don't need a load bearing, or most types of riggings actually don't need a load bearing split ring, but for this particular type of rigging you will need it, because you're not tying off onto the solid ring here. you're going to be tying off to another solid ring that you attach. Okay, so that's it. If you've got questions, drop them in the comment section. I always answer, of course, as you know. If you haven't yet, please like the video if you found it useful, especially. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Class dismissed.